Last time we left off with the party traveling by ship to Sisora. You had discussed a great many things before going to bed for the night, so you've all got a long rest in and wake up in the morning to find the ship fairly still beneath you.
Well, that's not good.
I was gonna say, like fairly still, as in like calm waters, or like it's still like at anchor kind of still.
Would Grun know the difference? Maybe give me a survival check.
Probably not, but
Can I do a survival check?
Grun might know.
Apparently Grun spent some time on ships while he was in Corthun. Yeah, it just feels like it's probably calm waters, calm winds.
Okay, I'm not gonna panic yet then.
So, like, it's still cutting water.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, all.
So I would just be heading out. If we just got up, I'd be heading out to get breakfast.
Food sounds good. Shall we see if such a thing has been provided?
You guys know that just down the hall from your room is a galley where you guys can eat.
Okay, so this ship is huge.
Over where I'm pinging the map is where the galley is.
Oh, we're going the wrong way. All right. Lignyck, sausages.
Sausages.
What do you know? They actually do have sausage for breakfast today, along with some millet bread and stout.
Oh.
And so there's a couple of people in here preparing food. It looks like they're also cleaning up the room, as the sailors have already been in for breakfast before you guys. And well, you can make insight checks if you want, or even just passive insight if you've got that.
Man, I suck today.
Can I go with my passive insight?
My passive insight is actually better than my rolled insight.
And you did way better than me.
Grun, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't get 4 rolls.
Well, you got to roll until you get a good one.
I know. I'm trying to do it all just in the foundry. So we'll just go with that first one of 12.
So, Lignyck, you said your passive is a couple points higher than what you rolled?
And -4 higher than what I rolled to.
My passive is 14.
Wow, you guys are great. So, Gaelen and Lignyck, you get the sense that the couple of elves in here are a little bit nervous, and they're not particularly chatty as they're going about their work.
Do they look like the elves that would normally work here, like on the ship, or do they look like they might be with the royal group?
I don't know. Give me a perception check. Yeah, you don't see anything that would mark them as being particularly special. They just look like elves working on a ship, and they bring out the breakfast for all of you and place it on the tables.
Can I have 50 sausages?
Sausages.
No, you each get 2 sausages.
Thank you very much.
I need some for my panther.
Yeah, they'll give you a couple of sausages for your panther.
Couple dozen?
Nope, just a couple like everybody else. You could try giving me a persuasion check if you want to try to worm some more out of them.
All right.
Bat your cute little eyes. My kitty.
I have a pet too.
You gonna try and get sausages for Krabby?
Yeah, I got a 14.
They toss a couple more sausages your way.
I feed them, and I give my sausages to Jinxie as well.
Yeah, Jinxie seems pretty content with 6 sausages.
We may need to see if they're going to feed Leo. I don't know if they are equipped to feed a tiger.
Do we have any supplies left?
Not for Leo, I don't think.
No, we managed to pick up some food for them before we left because we knew we were leaving and we knew we were going to need food for them. So we did manage to pick up some supplies. I'm just looking to see what we got.
Because if they don't feed Leo will feed himself with one of the horses.
Does anybody have the ability to, like, magically create some food?
You mean like a druid?
I think it might be on my spell list too. I can check. Hold on.
I can't do that, but that sounds like a handy thing for me to learn how to do sometime in the future if it's possible. I'll add it to my list.
Which list?
List of things to learn and know.
Is that list on your other list?
That list's just an important list. It's the one that we have to pay attention to at all times, because we might need something.
Create Food and Water is a 3rd level spell that clerics do get. Wizards don't, though.
Yeah, it's not necessarily going to stop Faewyn.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew we would need it, I can definitely have made it one of the prepared spells. Yeah.
It's also on the artificer's list.
I was going to look for that.
You could have Krabby have a little like pizza oven on his butt.
So whatever food I make spoils after 24 hours. If I make food, if it's water, it doesn't go bad. It's just fine. The food is also bland but nutritious.
Soylent Green.
You can use prestidigitation to make it taste better.
Do we have prestidigitation?
I don't.
Faewyn.
I do. I can make it for you. What do you want it to taste like? And I will customize everybody's to taste like whatever they like best.
Apple pie.
Okay.
Can you make my millet taste like sausages?
I will do my very best.
I'm just picturing Krabby with a hole where his butt should be that just all day long poops out sausages.
Fortunately, I, the one who creates him, am not.
So you all have your flavored millet bread and your sausages. What are you going to do this morning?
Well, I'd like to go up to the deck.
Okay.
As long as nothing comes up, I'm going to research.
Are we going to try and find out if both princesses are on this boat, or just the one?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them.
I did not.
I mean, it's worth doing a tour of the ship and, kind of seeing who might be on here, if there's other passengers and what's going on. I mean, it doesn't hurt. We're going to be on the ship for a few days. We should know what's going on.
Do we see any value in talking with the captain?
I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be super easy to talk with the captain, but maybe in our, kind of wanderings, we might get an opportunity to speak with him.
Wouldn't that just put him in an awkward position?
Well, we don't necessarily have to talk to him about that.
Well, perhaps we should wander up to the deck, and on our way, maybe we'll see something.
That works for me.
Lead the way, King Skippy.
I will follow.
So as you guys start making your way down the hallway, you see the guard out in front of the room where the princess definitely is not staying.
That guy right there.
Yep.
We just walk by as if there's it's nothing special.
As you move out further into the ship, you see there are a few elves standing by the ballistae around the edge of the ship, but they've got a couple of them loaded, but they're not actively aiming at anything right now, but they are keeping a constant lookout outside the ports.
Jinxie walks by the guard first, as everybody else. This is happening while everybody else is passing by.
Okay.
Kind of brushes by the guard, and as the guard is kind of watching the Jinxie go by, I rolled a sleight of hand.
All right. Well, that beats his passive perception. 1 second.
Are you giving him a gold?
We'll see.
That doesn't look good.
You managed to pickpocket 13 silver pieces.
Yeah, okay, I'll just keep going by casually.
Okay.
Can Skippy's little hand hold 13 silver pieces?
You'd be amazed.
So they disappear so quickly.
Okay. So you guys are going to go to the upper deck then?
Okay, well, I guess technically Grun has seen the upper deck, so he's not curious about the upper deck, but I'm personally curious about the upper deck, so.
Faewyn's going to settle on the lower deck since it seems like a nice spot for reading, and she's going to read through some of the books and then start researching some of her time spells. If anything happens, she may or may not notice. It should be loud to get her to notice.
Okay. So are you going to go back to your room to study?
No, she's going to be on the deck. It seems like a nice spot with the breeze.
So you guys head upstairs to the upper deck, and you see there's quite a few more elves manning the ballistas up here.
It says 2 rows of ballistas? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big Gaelen.
All right.
Bring on the Kraken.
It's just clones on the deck?
Yep, bunch of sailors. To the left, you can see that there's large double doors, and there's also staircases that go up the aft of the ship, and then there's ladders to the right, and also double doors that go into cabins.
Do we know what's in the double doors?
No, you haven't. You haven't been through. You saw the princess come from the double doors on the left after she was done talking to the captain the other night, but you haven't been into those areas yourselves.
The stairs that are over there, they just lead up to where the upper decks?
Yeah, that's the forecastle deck on the right, and to the left you'd get the poop deck and the quarter deck.
Okay, and then the stairs at 7 just lead back down to where we were?
Yep.
And is there anybody in the crow's nest?
Not at the moment, no.
Oh, it's a pivotal moment here. Hold on. All right, he starts climbing.
It's an easy check. like you've got more than enough acrobatics to make an easy check. So yeah, you climb up into the crow's nest. Anything in particular you're doing up there?
Well, I'm surveying the land and, that sort of thing.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
You get up there and are enjoying the view. You can see land to the north, not too far off. But behind you, sailing high above the ship, you see a skeletal form floating on the breeze of a very large dragon.
Oh, okay. I suppose I'm up too high to really yell down to people.
Yeah, your voice is too small to really reach down easily. They'd probably hear that you're saying something, but it'd be a difficult perception check to make out what you're actually saying.
Okay, I will fire a crossbow bolt at the deck and then begin climbing down. I'm just hoping that they'll see the crossbow bolt as a warning.
What were you guys doing while Skippy was climbing up to the crow's nest?
Grun would have likely headed to the forecastle because, I mean, this is my first time on, properly on a ship, so he is kind of fascinated by this. He would have kind of want to watch everything.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I am looking at one of the ballistas.
Sounds good.
That ballista's about to get an upgrade.
Yeah, that one's not loaded at the moment, but you can see that where the elves are standing by ballistas, they have them loaded and ready. And Gaelen, what are you up to?
I was going to head to the aft, but scattering our party as scattered as we can be just might not be the best thing to do. So I'd probably follow Grun to the forecastle.
Okay, you're at the forecastle. So, Skippy, when you look down from on high, you can see that Grun and Gaelen have moved to the forecastle, and Lignyck is down by one of the ballistae.
Oh, so I haven't fired my arrow then?
Not yet. No, I say that you would hold that until you actually knew where everybody went to.
Is there a rope leading down to the side of the ship by Lignyck by me?
Yep. Yeah, there's netting that you can make your way down.
I want to slide down the rope to the deck.
Okay, no problem. You can do that easily.
All right. So that I land, kind of in front of Lignyck here. So I just kind of move myself to where I think I would end up. When I land, I'll say, "There's a skeletal dragon chasing us.
That seems a really good reason to pull out my crossbow.
We have to rally the ship." Where would the captain be, in the aft, the poop deck, or the forecastle?
That's a good question. You don't know where the captain is right now.
Well, I'm just can I see a wheel anywhere?
Yes, the wheel is in the aft up top. And so if you go up the staircase at your right beside, you'll get up there.
How far can I go that way before it's somebody else's turn?
Put you up there at the top of the stairs, and you can see the captain standing.
That guy right in front of me, is he the captain?
Yep.
Can I talk to him, or is it somebody else's turn?
Well, you see that he's looking through a spyglass up at the skeletal dragon as you approach. So you can say whatever you'd like.
I'm going to yell out "Dragon!" at the top of my lungs, pointing at the thing, and tell him that we have to load the ballista.
It's already been done, Master Halfling. We have our crew prepared if the dragon should decide to engage us, but it's been content to stay up there.
Does it look like the one that we took a tumble with that one time in the forest?
This one looks bigger.
While Skippy is schmoozing with the captain, I am going to utilize my sending stone.
Okay.
And I am going to say to Faewyn, "Skeletal dragon following us."
Oh, let me put my books away. I'll be right there. Faewyn will quickly toss the books in the room and then head up to where the rest of the party is.
Okay. That'll take you a few rounds to
Yep.
that done. But from what you're seeing, Skippy, it doesn't look like the dragon's in any particular rush to fly down at the galleon.
Well, why didn't you tell everybody that the dragon is there?
Oh, not much point in worrying anybody if it's just flying high above and not engaging anybody. I figured it would be best for people to get as much rest as they could.
But you rest? How long has it been following us?
Oh, we spotted it partway through the night. It was flew a little bit closer to the ship earlier, and we fired off a volley of crossbows at it before it made its way to where it is now.
Next time a dragon comes by, please inform us right away.
As you wish.
And he'll turn and walk away in a huff and kind of stomp down the stairs back toward Lignyck.
Okay, get back downstairs.
Lignyck, they already know. This thing's been following us during the night, and they've already fired at it, and it flew away. And they chose not to tell us.
Lignyck very briefly looks up while muttering over his tinkerer's tools.
Frustrated after a few attempts to communicate with Lignyck, Skippy will continue his tirade and stomping down the deck as he goes to try to find Gaelen. So I assume I'll be traveling through for a while, so I can go to them if you...
Can you let me know when I'm on deck, please, Ryan?
Sure thing. Gaelen and Grun, what are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm assuming I'm still oblivious, so I'm just looking out over the waters. I kind of like watching the waters washing by and kind of watching the people crew the ship. And I mean, Grun's kind of fascinated by it. He grew up in the desert. This is pretty new.
A moment of peace, King Grun.
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of those anymore, and especially one so enjoyable as this. I mean, I've spent a lot of time at the docks by Corthune, but I never thought I'd actually have a chance to be on one of these ships, actually traveling somewhere new. And while the circumstances may not be the best, I must admit I'm a little excited.
As am I. I'm looking forward to getting where we're going so that we can move on to the tasks that we must do.
Yes, I really do hope that we can find what to do with this book and deal with this once and for all. I would like to return to some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, I think Gaelen and Grun are just going to enjoy the sea.
About probably 2 minutes after Skippy finished trying to get my attention, Lignyck is going to run up to where Gaelen and Grun are. So however long that would take.
Okay.
I should get there first, though, right?
Yes, definitely.
Skippy will run up and say, Gaelen, Grun, there's a dragon made out of bones following us, and it's bigger than the last one we fought.
Grun just kind of looks at Gaelen and says, I really should have kept my mouth shut. See? I've just gone and cursed it all.
And the worst part is, they've been following us for most of the night. The sailors shot at them and scared it away, and they decided not to tell us about that.
Well, there's not a lot we can do about that now. Best we can do is prepare in case the dragon decides to make an attack, or worst case is actually that it's just going to continue following us.
That may in fact be worse.
Indeed.
Our best bet is to fight it with all these ballista.
I don't know that I want to take on a dragon in a ship. It's probably not the best place for a fight.
But if he gets us alone in the countryside, we'd be even more screwed.
It's true, but I really don't want to bring the innocents on board this ship into any more danger than they already are in.
Even if that means saving the world?
Well, I mean, saving the world is pretty huge, but I'm already walking a fine line on saving the world and not losing one's soul, so it's really not something I'm going to actively choose to do.
Well, these people have to fight for their world as well, and that dragon is standing between, will haunt us until it can get us alone, and that dragon could mean the end of the world for them. If we're destroyed in our mission, then they're as good as dead.
How high up is the dragon?
Probably like 300 feet up.
Okay, so it's well out of the range of anything we can do right now.
I think it's still in 300 feet. It's still within longbow range.
Yeah, it's well within It's long range, but it's within range.
So then it probably means it's within the ballista range, possibly. So, I mean, we could try to take it on if you can convince the ship and the crew and the passengers to all participate. We're going to need every hand on deck for this one.
I feel like if we could provoking it while we have all these ballistas would be better than us taking it on alone. Because it has two choices to make, and that's to fight us from the air, or to land and engage us. And the last one that landed and engaged us paid the price for that. After killing our paladin, of course.
What does this dragon want more than anything? It wants the book. Maybe we can use the book as bait.
Kid Skippy, I think the book has been nothing but bait since the beginning.
By this time, Lignyck and Faewyn have joined you guys up on the forecastle.
We were just about to ask that.
Where's the dragon? Where's the dragon?
I point.
Is it visible from where we are? Do I have to climb really tall to see it?
It's obscured by the sails of the ship right now.
Do either of you have a way of making something that relies on flight, taking that away from it?
Not me.
As you may have noticed, I do not fly.
No, I don't have anything that'll do that. But we faced a bone dragon too, and I wonder if I hope it's not the same one.
Faewyn, looking at this dragon, it looks smaller than the one that you saw in Steamton.
Oh, that's good news.
The one in Steamton was an absolute colossus.
What about the one in that did the library in?
The one in Corther.
It looks like it could be about the same size as that one.
Yeah, this looks like the one that went for the library. It has to be searching for that book.
Well, if that's the case, we do owe it a little bit of payback for our home.
Yes, because that would be the same one that helped destroy the monastery and your temple.
All right, let's go talk to the captain. We need to take this thing down then.
But do we talk to him?
Yes, I think we do. This is his ship.
If we're going to fight a dragon on the ship, we definitely want the captain and the crew to be working actively with us, manning some of these ballista and piloting the ship appropriately. And we're probably going to want to see if we can get any of the passengers on board to help us. I mean, we have you-know-who here. They may have brought somebody who can pack a punch with them. If we're going to do this...
I think that's going to happen regardless if we tell him or not.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Skippy, would it have been better if that thing had fallen down upon us and we had absolutely no time to prepare? Or is it better now that we have a chance to prepare things?
Well, I agree it's better that we have a chance to prepare. The point is that we can't fight this alone. These people have to help us. If we ask them, they're going to say no because they don't know what's at stake, not like we do.
Oh, that's fine. They can say no, but then they're still at least aware. And so when it happens, they are at least prepared and not taken by surprise that there is a dragon. I would still rather them be prepared so that panic does not ensue.
They are prepared. They know it's there. They've loaded all the ballistas and they've spread their men amongst the ballistas. They're ready in case it attacks. I'm suggesting that we don't tell them. We just bring the book out onto the deck, and I bet you it'll attack, and then we'll deal with it.
And what about the other passengers, you-know-who, and the other people who were on the ship that have no idea what's about to happen?
I know. We're putting them at risk, but it's a risk that they have to pay the same as us. They just don't know it.
That's not a decision that you get to make, Skippy, or any of us here get to make.
Unfortunately, you are making that decision.
No, they will make the decision. We will inform them of the choice. And Grun's going to walk off to go let the other passengers know.
Okay, so are you going below decks then, Grun?
Yeah.
Kin Skippy, how do you know that they have seen it already?
I talked to the captain. He told me.
And it's just following us?
It's waiting till it's in a situation where it thinks it can win. I bet you.
Then perhaps we should talk to the captain about it and suggest that with his might combined with ours, that engaging it when it doesn't favor the beast is the best choice.
I know that's the right thing to do, but I know what his answer's going to be.
I haven't traveled with you for long. Do you have good weapons for fighting dragons made of bones?
I have my feet. They worked last time.
That was a smaller one.
You fought a dragon with your feet.
And it almost killed us.
Well, feet aren't necessarily known as being the best of weapons.
Gaelen will look at her very confused.
She's looking pretty confused too, because she hasn't seen him in combat.
That's right, I guess.
So my feet is just kind of a very weird thing to say from her perspective. Like, bows Arrows, swords, any of these things would not have been surprising.
It is an issue because this one is larger, and last time we had an excellent weapon in our paladin and her ability to smite the undead, but we also didn't have a shipload of ballista.
That's exactly my point. If they're gonna fight a dragon, they need to bring the sails down, because they're gonna just be like torches. We need to be able to see. They need to get prepping now.
These are excellent suggestions. Let's go make them to the captain.
Skippy, you hear a voice inside your head as you stand there discussing things with everyone else.
The color will visibly drain out of his face, and he'll stumble and take a half step to the side, and his hands kind of go out, and he says, "Did you hear that?
Are you okay, Skippy?
Did you hear that voice?
Well, I heard you and Gaelen. What voice?
The voice. It knows I have the book. It knows me."
Kin Skippy, I heard nothing.
I didn't. Yeah.
I'm looking at trying to get a better view. I'm starting to scrabble along the deck, looking for a better view to see if I can see the dragon above.
Is the dragon talking to you?
So you run over towards the rear mast, and you can look up, and you can see the dragon floating above and behind the ship.
I follow him.
Me too.
Me three.
It knows I have the book.
How?
I don't know. It said that it knows I'm a halfling, and it asked me if I still have the book. Maybe it doesn't know. What should I say? I should say no, right? No, because then they'll think I'm lying. Because of course I'm going to lie.
Or he'll decide that it's okay to get rid of the ship because you don't have the book. That might be all that's keeping that thing from attacking right now, is it's worried about losing the book.
This is why we need smart people with us, because I'm at my worst when there's two opposite responses and both seem like the right answer.
Have you asked it who it is?
No, I haven't said anything.
Maybe see who it is.
Skippy will kind of gulp and turn back and look at the dragon, and then in his mind he'll say, who is this?
And you hear a voice reply.
What do you mean I've said so much? I say in my head.
Grun, as you approach the night, below decks, Skippy, you see the dragon begin its descent.
I turn back and at it in total panic at the captain and say, "It's attacking now! Run!"
The captain hollers out for all sailors on board to aim and fire at will.
Do you want us in initiative order, or can I do something?
If you would like to do something before initiative, that is fine.
I'll reach out to the nearest ballista to me, and I'll cast magic weapon on it.
The nearest loaded ballista, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the one right beside you, and the captain's going to it and preparing to fire.
I had my crossbow out already.
I'm below deck, so if I'm standing in front of the soldier, I'm just going to explain to him that one of the Dracoliches appears to be following the ship and may attack, and I'm going to ask him if he or anyone inside will be able to assist in the defense of the ship.
You see the color drain from his face. He says, "Dracolich, are you certain?"
Yes, we've come across one of these before. This seems to be another one. It seems to be following the ship quite closely since tonight. Since we could use any help that you and the other may be able to help provide.
He shakes his head in wonder and says, "I can't believe you've survived one Dracolich. Never mind, another one coming." And he knocks on the door, and you hear them working at unlocking it. And another knight is inside, and you can see the Princess Montharia in the room as well.
I wait because I wasn't given any permission to come inside, so.
Yep. The knight quickly tells them that there's a Dracolich attacking, and the princess sets her jaw and says, "Then we shall do as we must if the undead threat has come to hunt me down." And they will begin making their way to the upper deck.
When she says that, when she says they've come to hunt me down, I'll look at the princess and I'll tell her, I don't believe it's you they're after. And I'll head up above decks with them.
Okay, you are going to be moving on your turns in initiative order, because at the same time that you have had this discussion, the dragon has begun its descent.
These soldiers are like one side or the other on the initiative, really.
There's a few in the middle.
Nice.
It's Faewyn's turn.
How far away is it currently?
It's already begun its descent. It's about 125 feet away from you as it approaches from the rear.
Excellent. A fireball erupts from Faewyn and centers on the dragon.
Nice. Not so nice.
So it saves and takes 12 points of fire damage.
From Faewyn's previous experience with them, do these things breathe?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to get away from some of these other people then, so we are not all a clustered target.
Okay. Where would you like to go? Are you going to the main deck below?
Actually, if I could go down to the lower deck, that'd be what I'd prefer to do.
You can go downstairs in that direction.
Thank you very much.
Anything else on your turn?
That is it for me. Oh, actually, one other thing. Just I will have my familiar basically trying to stay out of the way right now. I don't want her noticed at the moment.
Okay. Is she with you?
Yes.
Okay. I just put her right beside you there.
Thank you.
So, you guys see this enormous skeletal dragon fly right over the ballistas at the rear of the ship, land on the poop deck above where you are, open its mouth, and breathe shards of bone that tear through the mast, and a bunch of you guys are going to have to make saves.
Yeah. Dexterity?
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
The only one I wouldn't have advantage on. How unfortunate.
Oh, and don't forget, we did buy 15 healing potions, so everybody does have a few healing potions on them.
I have uncanny dodge, so I'll use my reaction to half the damage.
Actually, I don't think you can uncanny dodge this. It's not an attack.
Oh, is it evasion for saving throws?
It's evasion for saving throws.
And I don't have evasion.
No, not yet. One more to go.
Yeah, next level.
After this, probably.
Yeah, this is how you learn evasion. Like, boy, this would have been handy.
Man, I wish I knew a way to dodge bone shards when they came flying at me. Is Grun inside of that area of effect?
No, you're still below dex.
What was the DC?
15.
Okay, cool.
Cool for you, not for other people.
I'm just very glad that Grun did not have to make a dexterity save right at the beginning of a fight.
Can you roll a dex save for Jinxie as well, Skippy?
Right.
Oh, Lignyck rolled. Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Does Faewyn need to, or is she below the cone?
Faewyn, you managed to get out of the area.
Jinxie! This could be the end of Jinxie. Oh, that could be the end. Yeah, that's the end of Jinxie. Bye-bye, Jinxie!
Holy crap, that's a lot of damage.
Holy smokes. Even saving that takes a big chunk out of Gaelen.
Lignyck drops. And I had such a nice plan, too.
Skippy is down.
Oh, that's an interesting first round.
Uh-huh.
No worries. That's only 3 of the 6 of us.
Gaelen, you're still up. So you see that the rear mast has been torn to shreds as these shards of bone go flying through it.
You should have that fall on me and Jinxie. Just to, like, seal the deal.
Do these ballista have full range of motion? Like, do we see the ballista operators?
Yeah, they're swinging them around.
Okay.
When they get there, that one does have magic weapon on it.
And no one had cover on that deck save, right?
No. Well, I mean, the sailor that died might have had it partial cover from the mast, but didn't have enough health to soak that.
Yeah, failure save, he was gone anyway.
Yep. Lignyck.
So the good news is there was my hype track. The bad news is he's already down. I roll a d20, right?
Yep.
Kind of makes the hype feel a little less hypey.
Yay!
1 success for Lignyck.
I'm just grumpy because I had a spectacular plan and everything.
Best made plans.
And I went right after the dragon that barfed bone on me.
Yeah, barfing bone sucks. Okay, so this Sailor is turning the ballista towards the dragon to aim this turn. And the captain is doing likewise with his ballista. And the princess is double moving towards the stairs.
I'm feeling like you guys are going to have to make your death saves for at least a round.
Grun, you can hear a commotion coming from up top as all of this is happening.
Okay, so I'm nowhere near the downed party members.
Nope.
Where did I leave my party? They were somewhere around the...
You put them on the quarterdeck at the rear of the ship.
Can I get up to the... Can I get moved to that section of the map, please?
First, you have to head towards the stairs that are labeled 7.
Okay, so if I'm nowhere near... Yeah, so I'll dash and get... So I'll get here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll have to be it. Now, I'm not within sight of any of them. No, I'm not.
No.
Next turn, you'll start having some sight.
Actually, is this the map?
Sorry? Yeah, that mast goes up through the deck up top. It goes all the way through the ship. Skippy.
I need to do a death save.
Roll a 20, please.
Oh. That's not good.
That's not so good. Nope. For the rest of the my turn, I choose to bleed.
Yeah, you can sit there and bleed. That's fine.
Okay. Great.
Skippy, you've got some extra damage due to a very poor death save. I just linked that to you.
Oh, you rolled a 5.
5 or less.
It was actually, yeah.
So what does that mean? Sorry, I'm.
Lingering damage, you have a lingering wound.
Oh, okay. Wow, this is going to be hard to roleplay.
Are death saves a con save?
Yeah, it's just a flat D20 roll. No modifiers to it or anything.
But it is a save, so if you have a bonus 2 saves, it does cover that.
Gaelen.
I would love to get you guys back into this, but Gaelen knows that his job once fighting a single bad is to disable it. I have to go here. Okay. No, I can't get all the way to him, so I'm going to go to here. Bonus action, activate my new fandangled tattoo.
Okay.
Oh, and so everyone can visualize what his fancy new tattoo does when he activates it so that he can do the range stuff. It's like inky fists come out of his fists and fly 30 feet. And then I will attack him.
That's a miss.
And again, I'm going to use inspiration.
25 definitely hits. So 17 damage. Ouch. Oh, he has vulnerability to bludgeoning too, so he takes twice that, right?
Okay. He won't take twice the whole thing. The custom.
Oh, the custom isn't bludgeoning?
The custom is force.
Okay. He doesn't have anything but force. So yeah, I've adjusted his hit points.
So yeah, 29. And so naturally he drops and he's dead.
Nope. He looks barely injured, according to Forge.
I'll spend a key stunning strike.
Okay, what's the DC on the con save?
14.
Oh, rolled a 13. So he is stunned.
Oh, that sounds so good. Until the end of my next turn. So all of those ballistas, go ballista go.
Yeah, that could be problematic.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, so because it's stunned, it automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Can't move. Attack rolls against creature have advantage. So stunning is...
How long does that last for?
Until the end of my next turn.
Yes!
Yeah, it's going to be bad. I mean, depending on your point of view. You guys will think it's great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it so bad.
No, I have a question for you, Ryan.
Shoot.
Because it's one of those fun spellcasting action bonus action things. If I read a spell scroll as an action, can I still cast a bonus action spell? Because I didn't cast per se.
I don't know how that works. Because it specifically talks about casting a higher level spell and a cantrip. I think it still counts as casting a spell.
I was hoping to find a loophole there.
Nice try. Anything else on your turn, Gaelen?
No, that's me. It's spent.
Jinxie, can I get a death saving throw, please?
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes!
Oh,
Jinxie gets back up.
nice. Okay. Can he act this round?
Yeah.
Okay. 50 feet, eh? Can he go here for 30, grab me, and drag me back?
Yeah, when he's dragging you, he'll be moving at half speed. So you can move 10 feet back with Skippy.
And then he can't double move, right?
No, because he's using an object. All right, Faewyn, you are down on the steps.
Can I see that everyone's down, or am I not able to see that? Am I aware that there's just been combat above my head?
Oh yeah. You probably would have got down the steps, looked back, and just in time to see this spray of bone shards flying all over the deck, and hearing screaming and bodies hitting the deck.
Okay. I'll head back up. As I move, can I see that Lignyck and Skippy are down?
I'll move you up there.
Thank you.
So yeah, you
as
can
I was
see
moving,
both.
could I have made it one step closer to Lignyck instead?
Yep. Sure thing.
Can I pour a healing potion down his throat?
You sure can.
Okay.
Nice.
Lignyck gets 8 health back.
So that is my move and action, correct?
That's your move and your action. Yes, you have a bonus action and a reaction left.
If you have any more movement, you can.
No, that took all their movement to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything else right now.
Okay.
I am done.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Depending on your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get his breath weapon back this turn, and for me that sucks, because he can't move, he can't do anything. He's just sitting there. The only ranged thing he has is his breath weapon. Everything else requires somebody to be close, and nobody is.
He can't use his breath weapon when stunned anyway.
Why not?
No actions, no reactions. Can't move, can't speak. Or absolutely foobarred for short.
Oh, I didn't look up what incapacitated is. Yeah, no actions or reactions. Okay. So he's just sitting there doing nothing.
Go Gaelen. Go Gaelen.
You guys get a free turn.
We like that.
Half my move to get up.
Yep.
Can I get a little bit of vengeance?
I am casting Branding Smite on myself.
Okay.
And then I am shooting him with a crossbow.
25 hits.
Nice.
Going to take half piercing damage.
But he's going to take the full 2d6 radiant.
Yeah. And so that's 8 radiant damage on top of the 4 piercing, so 12 damage.
And then I'll do it again.
Branding Smite only works on the first attack, right?
On the first attack. So the second attack is just my crossbow.
The next time you hit a creature with a weapon. Do you get 2 attacks around with that crossbow?
I have extra attack, and I have no reloading for my crossbow because it's imbued.
Well,
Oh, nice.
that sounds like cheatery. Okay, so make your second attack.
Wah, wah, wah.
Uh-oh. High's bad.
That looks pretty bad.
Can you please make
Yeah.
an attack roll against Jinxie?
Oh, Lignyck, did you shoot him with advantage?
Oh, yeah, you have advantage because he's stunned.
Yeah, I bet you did not just shoot Jinxie.
Yeah, probably not.
Roll 2 more, you might get a crit.
Am I re-rolling with advantage, or am I rolling it once?
Just roll your d20s for both attacks. Okay, so not a crit on the first one. Second attack. Well, that hits. Yeah, you hit the skeletal dragon instead, and he takes another 5 points of damage.
And Jinxie wasn't hurt.
And Jinxie was hurt. It's like the most important thing.
Yeah, Jinxie's fine.
I don't know if either Jinxie or I can be labeled as fine at the moment, but we're standing.
1 hit point. It's fine.
And he selflessly thinks of me first.
Okay, so this thing is outside of optimal range for the ballista, so it's at disadvantage. But it's at advantage because he's stunned, so it's just a regular straight-up roll. That's a miss. And now it's going to be a long 3 turns before it gets to fire again.
And he won't get this month's pay.
Something like that. This one's in proper range, so this will be at advantage.
And this is the one
And it's
that's
magical.
So what is the bonus on this one? Is it gets +1 for being
Treated like
magical?
a +1 weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, basically, because this thing's resistant against non-magical piercing, right?
No, it's just resistant against piercing.
Oh,
So that's a hit, and oh god. Well, thank goodness it's resistant.
Don't forget the +1 to damage.
Because that one is going to make all the difference.
Everyone adds up.
Nice roll.
Oh, says you.
Yes, that's me.
yep, it looks pretty good.
So it takes 12 points of piercing damage from that, and then the captain's just going to run.
Run away.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stick around there. He'll go find another ballista.
He's not stupid.
Like me, just getting up and shooting and standing there.
And another ballista bolt comes flying from the main deck and misses. This ballista is in...
Oh, nice.
Damn it. Okay.
That's going to take care of that half damage.
Yeah, no kidding. 6d10 says 14 points of damage.
Well, he just went from injured to badly injured, so we'll take it.
Yep. Grun.
So I'm at the stairs, so I can get up to the forecastle. Or, sorry, the poop deck.
To the main deck. From there, the only one you can see, the captain, is where I'm pinging it on the map that you can see.
I dash.
Okay, I'm going to move you up to the other map just so you can see what's going on. Well, not that you can actually see much from there, but, you know.
No, I was going to say, damn it.
Yeah, railings are in the way. Anything else on your turn?
No, everybody can just hear like chang, chang, chang. Chang, chang, chang.
Are you yelling, I'm coming, or something?
No, he's saving his breath for the running.
Okay. And this guy has aimed and is in close range.
All kinds of advantage.
Doesn't matter. The ballista bolt goes flying off into the distance.
You're fired.
But that's what he did.
Kind of stuck there, isn't he? Okay. Oh, no. That's, who's in line with that ballista?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. So I was just thinking a 1 on a ballista. That's great.
Ryan, do you have a bad day today?
I had the most wonderful day today, actually, but the dice say otherwise.
Okay, so good days make you bloodthirsty. Got it.
Gonna roll high's bad. Whew. Okay, so the ballista slams into the room. The ballista bolt slams into the rooms below you guys, and you feel the ship shudder as there's a brand new hole into the officers' area.
I was kind of hoping that you could shoot for Gaelen so that he could deflect arrows and throw the ballista back.
Nope, that's not a thing that can happen at all.
Ooh, that's me.
What you doing, Skippy? You're rolling a death save. Oh my god. Oh, it's a 6. Well, that's another fail, but it's not a critical lingering injury fail.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to continue bleeding.
Yep, a lot from your throat.
I do feel guilty, Skippy, but I have a clear job here.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Gaelen.
First attack.
24 hits.
I'll spend a key stunning strike. DC 14.
Passed with flying color.
Did he just crit save?
Yeah, you sure did.
Second attack.
That's a hit.
Oh, I'm going to roll for my crit on my first attack and my second one.
Yeah, 'cause it's not until the end of your turn, right? Not a crit. Get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you
Just roll the attack regularly, and it'll roll another set of damage.
but it's just the dice, right? Not my bonus, so it's just a d6.
Oh, okay.
And I will spend a key stunning strike.
Why? It just crumples onto the poop deck.
Then I won't spend a key.
Are we out of combat then?
Yes.
He'll Skippy.
Running over to save Midley.
Mass healing word on everybody.
Yeah.
Skippy, you get 7 because you're at 0.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody else heals 5.
Okay, 5.
So that'll be Lignyck, Jinxie, Gaelen, and then if there was anybody else, of any of the sailors or anybody who was hurt in that area, up to 6 people. So
Nope. The only sailor in the area is dead, but the captain might be in range. Do you have to see them?
yeah, I can see within range.
Oh, it looks like you can just barely see him over the railing. So, yeah, he'll get some health back too.
Okay, perfect. And then, so that's just getting everybody up a little bit, and then I will cast Cure Wounds individually on Skippy, Jinxie, and...
I'll get myself.
You'll get yourself? Okay, so I'll get Gaelen, Skippy, and Jinxie.
Oh, thank you.
Can I investigate the dead bone dragon?
Certainly.
Yeah, Galen's going to go over there too.
Yeah, Gaelen heals another 5.
Thank you.
Skippy, you heal another 8.
Nice.
Jinxie heals 10.
I'm going to do another Cure Wounds on Skippy and another one on myself.
Thank you.
I have a feeling I'm just going to dump all my healing right now, so I'm going to...
That one's for Skippy. It's only little, I'm sorry.
Every little bit helps.
And everyone heals another 9.
Ooh.
Are you uninjured, Faewyn?
Yes, I am uninjured. I managed to be not in the spot where he was throwing bone things. I'd like to examine this. Steamtown was devastated by one much larger than this, but I'd like to see if I can figure out anything about it or what it might be weak against so that we can more effectively fight it in the future.
Well, you go ahead. I'm going to take its skull and give it to King Skippy to destroy in vengeance.
Brian, I'm assuming the bone dragon doesn't have anything of interest on it?
Well, I've gotten a lot of grief because Group 2 doesn't get a lot of loot.
All our stuff is naked.
Lignyck, you gained 8 healing points. You should...
Thank you.
So actually, this dragon does have some stuff that is looted along the way.
He's got a fanny pack on.
It's like it's in his ribs where his stomach would have been at one point in his life.
Is anyone else injured?
I think everybody's
Nope.
pretty good.
I'm like just a couple points down, so I'm good.
Okay, perfect.
Ooh.
The captain, I suppose, is kind of messed up.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of coins.
I'm going to add the money to the group fund.
Now, quit your
I can figure out what those are if these are special items if you give me a few minutes.
That sounds like a great idea.
Take all the time you need.
I'm going to take the thing's skull and give it to Skippy.
Will somebody watch over me and kill any more dragons while I cast my spell?
I will. Me, I will.
King Skippy, for you. I assume you'll destroy it.
Destroy it. How? It's huge.
Then wear it.
Ryan, I'll spend the time casting Identify.
Okay.
I can't wear that as a hat. That thing's twice as big as me. Let's just maybe throw it overboard.
It might be useful.
I just want to make sure that this thing will not come back.
And while you're discussing that, the eyes suddenly light with an inner purple glow.
Ouch.
Gaelen will look at it and say, "Let me guess. You see us."
I see you.
Come die when you wish, coward.
Is that the dragon or the lich?
That would be Luscious Lucius talking.
I heard that song.
Yeah, me too.
Let me know when my half hour is up, Ryan. Other than that, I'm occupied until then.
Okay.
Is the eye still glowing, or do they go up?
No, they go out.
Who has the biggest weapon?
Probably Lignyck.
Grun. Oh, Lignyck, what is Lignyck using?
Well, I said the biggest weapon would be the great club that we just found. Probably is technically the
That sounds perfect.
Okay, I go pick up the great club and start smashing the skull.
You can't pick up a great club.
You can't technically wield it, but I think it's hilarious, and you should do it anyway.
I am gonna do it anyway.
Like I'm imagining Bam Bam from the Flintstones right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, totally. So Skippy just goes to town on this thing with a great club with extreme effort and extreme prejudice and smashes the dragon skull to bits.
Yay! It kind of feels cathartic.
We'll dump the shards into the ocean or the water.
Okay.
And then Lignyck does mending on it to repair it so he can do it again.
Oh no!
I think it's too big to mend.
While Faewyn identifies those things, should we perhaps take a short rest or I guess we're all healed?
Yeah, everyone's fully healed except for Skippy, who's just as shy, and I can heal him if he needs it.
I have a tiny bit of damage. It's certainly nothing Gaelen would ever mention out loud.
Okay, kids. Yeah, I was gonna say if he doesn't actually mention that he's still wounded, then Grun's gonna assume everyone's healed up at this point.
But you guys do notice that even after being healed, Skippy is still a little raspy.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Sorry. Like how raspy? Do I even have a voice?
Yeah, you can still speak, but yeah, you've got that stuff that's wrong.
That stuff that's wrong.
Yeah. His throat is basically a mess. So.
I mean, if Grun notices that Skippy's talking funny, he's gonna go over and take a closer look. Is this something like if he well, actually, I guess Can I roll medicine to see if I would know if Lester Restoration would help in this manner?
Sure, you can give me a medicine check. Skippy Grun comes up to you and says, "Say ah."
I
18.
say like a good boy.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that there is internal damage done to his throat. That your healing magic did not heal, and you get the sense it won't heal with lower level spells. You're going to be looking for something like a regenerate or a heal spell to fix that.
So did one of those shards like tear a large chunk out of his throat?
Yeah, like went into his throat, and yeah, he's in rough shape.
I'm sorry, Skippy, but I don't think that my current ability will let me fix this.
It's okay. Let's just concentrate on getting the book fixed.
Between that and your face scars, you're a bit of a mess.
Although nobody's going to think that you're Skippy between the aging, the scarring, the voice. I mean, you have the perfect disguise. Anybody who knew you before is not going to recognize you.
Yeah, but I won't be winning any singing competitions.
I'm not sure you would have before, Kinafling.
I'm just glad that Jinxie's okay.
Yes, for a moment there, it looked like Lignyck might shoot Jinxie.
Lignyck squints at you.
Okay, so I recorded all the stuff other than the ring staff and Great Club in with the group funds. So we're doing pretty good, guys.
Thank you, Grun.
Okay. So the captain goes up to his second mate, and some of the sailors come and take the body away when it's clear that he's dead, and they prepare a burial at sea. And meanwhile, the captain continues to steer the ship along as the wind begins to pick up.
I'll perform another funeral ceremony.
I'm sorry you lost a man, Captain.
We could have lost many more if it hadn't been for your bravery. I thank you all. I'm in your debt.
No, that dragon threatened our safety as much as it did anyone. We fought for ourselves.
Your men were quite brave to stand against that. Yourself as well to take such an active part.
Well, as you said, there was little choice in the matter. The dragon was here. We had to fight. I'm slightly concerned about my rear mast and the sail being shredded to pieces, but we'll see about replacing it as we go.
I can help.
Myself and Lignyck might be able to assist in mending the mast if your men can help us get it back into position.
I think that's pretty big for a mending job, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it has to be a fairly small object to be mended.
I know, I was thinking but between the two of us with repetitive castings, we might be able to help patch it together, not fully fix it, but assist in maybe getting some of it to effectively weld back together, so spots of it.
Yeah, because there would be some smaller holes from the bone shards piercing it, but there are also some very large tears that they would have to manually sew that magic wouldn't work on.
Yeah, I was just thinking anything that could kind of speed it up a little.
Yeah, they appreciate any help you can offer.
You don't have any spare sails?
Yes, we do have a spare sail in the hold down below, so we can do that if this looks like it's going to be too big of a job to fix.
We need to get that mast fixed as well. We should check on the esteemed guest as well, make sure they're well. I'll kind of look at the captain when I say esteemed guest. I gotta look at him as in we know who the person is, but we will be quiet about it as well. But so he's aware that we know who's here.
He nods at you with appreciation.
And I guess we'll just wait until Faewyn gives us the amazing news that they're all mundane.
So many mundane objects. Yeah, so the ship continues to sail. Faewyn manages to get the objects identified.
Okay, I figured out what these things are. They're kind of an interesting assortment of things. This ring is really cool. It lets somebody walk on water, which, given that we're on a boat, is kind of handy right now. And the staff is it's a staff of an adder, and it can turn into a poisonous snake and bite people. And this great club is magical. It'll be more effective at hitting things.
I mean, these are all very useful things.
Yeah, the staff, I think it's the sort that could only be used by certain people. I think, Grun, you'd probably be the one that would be able to make use of this the best.
I mean, I can certainly hold on to it for now, and I mean, if it becomes useful, yes. I'll I'll give it my best.
That is quite possibly the best thing to do with that. But the great club stands out to me in that it is only suited to Grun amongst all of us.
It looks pretty big for me. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think I can actually wield a great club because I'm pretty sure it's a martial weapon and I can only use simple. Oh, it is. It's a simple weapon. So yeah, I could use it.
Well, I can't use either, so
Yeah, the Staff of the Adder requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or warlock.
Then that is also only Grun.
So the staff is me, the great club is me. So who wants to walk on water?
I was curious if that ring would extend its ability to one's mount.
Read my mind, Gaelen.
I don't know.
The description is, while wearing this ring, you can stand on and move across any liquid surface as if it were solid ground. So it doesn't sound like it extends to a mount.
Could a mount wear it?
Yeah, but if you put the ring on the mount.
Yeah, well, then it would work, because that's the one wearing it.
Hey, Lignyck, we may have found another power up for your golem friend.
Not only is Krabby insanely fast, but is also a powerboat.
This is hilarious.
Why do I imagine that by the end of the campaign we are going to have our own mecha?
And it will be the most powerful party member.
Certainly with the most magic items.
Yeah, Krabby will be the last thing standing against the big bad, and we'll win.
It's going to obtain sentience.
Lignyck will look up from trying to figure out how to help people with repairing of the mast that's being worked on. And, if you want, sure. If someone else can't use it better.
Well, I was thinking either the only other people would be Skippy or Faewyn that I would think would be making use of it. Gaelen will eventually be able to effectively do it on his own anyways, so.
yeah, walking on water I don't think is really Skippy's thing.
I'm fine if we let the crab have it. It's useful.
I could see Skippy wanting it as, like, defense against being dunked.
Yeah.
I was thinking just like an additional escape route if you can walk on water.
I would think the best targets are either one of the two gentlemen's mounts or Faewyn.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm easy not getting this. So
For now, let's give it to Jinxie.
As a way to help keep Skippy out of the water?
Well, just in case while we're on the water, if something were to happen.
Oh, I see. Roger. The book.
Yep.
I
I like that.
guess that does make sense. And then when we get to the shore, then we can re-examine who gets it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the Great Club might just be better off being sold for to fund the party or obtain something for us.
Seeing as that staff is better for you anyway, because you fight with a shield.
Exactly.
Does it have any magic to help you hit things?
Staff of the Adder?
Don't believe so.
Maybe no plus, but it is magic.
Yeah.
And it can do its gimmick.
Right.
Can he see through the eyes of the adder, or is there anything special attached to that?
No, I don't think so.
No, it can just bite and be poisonous.
Yeah, you can use a bonus action to make the head of the staff become that of an animate poisonous snake for a minute.
Oh, okay. Effectively adding a dice damage to the weapon for a minute.
Yeah, well, it says you can make a melee attack using the snake head, which has a reach of 5 feet. Is that a reach of 5 feet on top of my 5 feet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then otherwise, then target takes 1d6 piercing damage and has to succeed on a DC 15 con save or take 3d6 poison damage.
Yeah, that's not bad, actually.
Oh, except the head of the snake can be attacked while it's animate. It has an AC of 15 and 20 hit points. If the head drops to 0 hit points, the staff is destroyed. But as long as it is not destroyed, the staff regains all hit points when it reverts to its animate form.
Okay, but that it can be a direct attack, but it's not susceptible to area. Does that make sense, Ryan?
Yeah, it says it's attacked, so I would think so.
Okay, perfect. So I don't have to worry about a fireball, but I have to worry about somebody striking at the staff with their sword.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And then attunement takes an hour?
Yeah.
We should have a short rest if there is the opportunity. Well, I guess Gaelen would like to take a short rest, get his key back. So
will Faewyn.
Yeah, there's no problem getting a short rest in. There's no sign of any other dragons coming along for the rest of the day, actually.
Mr. Grun.
Oh, yes? Sorry.
Can I borrow your shield for a few minutes?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Take it off my back.
And if you're lucky, you'll get the whole thing back.
You know what? If Lignyck needs a shield, Lignyck gets a shield. I figure he can probably put it to better use than I ever would be able to.
No. I am going to sit down during everyone else doing the short rest, and I am going to remove one of my infusions from my longsword, and I am going to infuse Grun's shield with...
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Now, that's not your last infusion on that sword, right?
It actually is, but after using my crossbow, I intend to be using it primarily as much as I possibly can.
Oh, okay.
And is that that's kind of permanent until, like, unless you go unconscious?
It's permanent until I do something else with it, which I would tell you. Let me find it. Your infusion remains in an item indefinitely, but when I die, the infusion vanishes after a number of days have passed equal to my intelligence modifier. So currently it would last 4 days after my death.
Okay, it's just, yeah, I don't have to worry about it anytime you go down in a fight. It's not like I lose that +1.
It only vanishes if I replace it, if I infuse something else in its place.
Okay, awesome. Just, yeah, for now, then I'm going to take my regular shield out and add a +1 shield, just for the sake of calculating everything.
Which means you'll have to re-import his character.
Hold on a second, I might be cheating.
Shh, if you don't say anything, he'll never know.
It's true, I wouldn't.
No, I'm good. I can go up to 4 infusions. So,
Yeah, and an infused shield gives you +3 AC, +7 to your attacks.
Okay, I just read what it does. I know it doesn't do that.
advantage on your saving throws.
You promised not to read it.
Excellent. Grun is incredibly thankful. Thank you, Lignyck. This is incredible. This will help keep me even safer. I have to say, Lignyck, that's quite the skill you have.
It helps. I'll be able to do more stuff when I learn more. But right now, it helps, and I have my crossbow, so we're good.
Well, if you need something, you just let me know. During that time, I'll have attuned to the staff.
Okay.
I did my short rest.
Lignyck, do you still have 5 temporary hit points? Or those were blasted off with that attack?
I got blown away. Kerboom!
Yeah, that thing hit a little hard. Seeing as it could one-shot anybody in the group.
Yep. That was a pretty great breath weapon. You guys were all nicely clustered together, except for Faewyn, who ran away. So smart.
Grun ran away first.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I like how I showed up just in time to heal everybody. Like, just pure, oh, okay. Poof, poof, poof. There you go, guys.
Yeah, you didn't even really get to see it. It's like, what happened to everybody? Jeez, everybody get up.
Yeah, you guys told me about the dragon. I saw it flying around. I went to talk to the princess. I came upstairs. Next thing I know, everybody's on the ground bleeding. There's a destroyed bone dragon, and I don't know what the fuss was all about.
And Faewyn still didn't really get to see Gaelen fight with his feet.
No, she doesn't know why your feet are important.
No,
She thinks you're pretty odd.
she figures all the damage was done by the ballista, and that must have been what took them down.
Yeah, she's starting to think that Gaelen might be a little delusional.
He definitely is.
He kicks people, he loses people, and he talks about his feet a lot.
I mean, you know what? Without knowing,
I think to any reasonable person, Gaelen would seem quite delusional.
I think to some unreasonable people too.
I'm glad you guys are starting to see things the way I see it.
Just out of curiosity, Ryan, the silk hunter's cap and the silk gloves with electrum, do those stand out to us as like a luxury item?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're very nice. Not non-magical, but very very high quality items.
I'd like to ask the captain if there were any merchants on board.
There are not.
I think that silk hunter's cap might look good on Lignyck.
That's true, and Faewyn, you might like these gloves.
They do look pretty.
And they're threaded with electrum, which is maybe the only decent use for electrum.
Here.
Yeah, maybe. That is a nice hat.
Okay, they're yours. I'm gonna take them out of the group funds. So,
Anything else you guys want to do?
I will give. Also, I'm just gonna give the leather ribbon to Lignyck because I figure he might be able to find a use for it. Or is it just like a purely just decorative leather ribbon?
That's decorative.
Like a bookmark?
Do Faewyn or Lignyck have long hair?
Faewyn has short hair.
Lignyck has a longish beard.
He sure does.
Okay, well, if either Lignyck or Skippy want to use this to keep their hair... Oh, wait, Skippy cut his hair again. So yeah, so Lignyck, if you want to use this to keep your beard under control, help tie it out of your way when you're working.
King Grun, when you went down to alert the princess, the guest that is a princess,
Who we still have to talk to.
did you happen to see her, and did you happen to see more than one?
No, I saw her, the knight on guard, and there was another guard inside the cabin. That is all who came out when the dragon attacked.
So then we could safely assume that the other princess is not aboard, and that may or may not be an issue.
I imagine it's unlikely that they would both travel together, especially in these circumstances. But we can definitely go and ask her now that things have settled.
I should let my mother know that if she heard a ruckus, that everything is fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your mom. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, you go check on your mother, Gaelen.
I will do that.
Yeah, your mother appears to be fine. She wasn't even aware that there was a battle going on, so she's a little distressed when you tell her about it. But otherwise, she's just glad to hear that everybody's safe.
If such a thing happens again, Gem Mother, just head over to the princess's quarters and perhaps join her or stay near her guards.
Princess?
Did I not mention that before?
I don't think so.
Yes, we are not the only stowaways on this boat. No, we're not stowaways, but one of the princesses. Princess...
Mocha something.
Montharia.
Montharia.
Oh, it's not the really hard one. Eulariel.
You got it!
Gem Montharia is on the ship with us.
Oh, well, what is she doing on the ship?
I don't know. I have not gotten the opportunity to speak with her. I spoke with her guard, and we have an understanding that I don't know that the princess is here, but that she does know that we are. And I mentioned your name.
Oh, well, I don't really know the royal family personally. That was more your father.
Well, her guard thought highly of Gem Father. So perhaps you'd like to go and check in with them?
I really shouldn't be bothering the princess. That's well above my station.
At this point, I'm not exactly sure what station the princess is in. I think she's fleeing, so I don't know what that situation means.
Well, if she needs company, I'd be more than happy to spend time with her and get to know her.
Well, you can only try. The guard is not particularly helpful.
Okay, I'll try. And she gets up and heads over.
I'll go with her.
Okay. When she mentions who she is to the guard, he bows his head and allows her to enter the room.
I will nod appreciatively at him and then rejoin the others.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I would like to go and talk to the captain.
Okay.
Your sailor, did he have a family?
Yes, he certainly did. Back in Velshonie.
Well, give him this, just in case, as a sort of a pension and thank you. And he gives him the last of his money, which is 5 platinum and 2 gold.
The captain takes the money and nods appreciatively and says that he will deliver it to his family.
That's probably like 3 years' wage.
And tell
Probably more.
Tell his family that he died for a good cause. It wasn't random. He fought defending the world.
He looks at you curiously at that, but agrees that he will tell them that.
Skippy will nod appreciatively and start to walk away, maybe a little bowed and like in the shoulder and stuff like that, looking his age.
Okay. And Lignyck, yeah, there's some work that you can do to help fix up the sail. The mast wasn't terribly damaged in the attack. Like there's some bone shards sticking out of it, but the wood is quite thick and strong. So that wasn't the issue. It was more that the sail got ripped to shreds.
So yeah, between actual mending spell and actually good with tools, I will do whatever I can to help with the repair of the sail.
Okay. The some of the crew is also helping to mend the sail, so it actually doesn't take you guys all that long to get it back up and working, and the ship continues sailing along to Sisora. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do today?
Faewyn will go back to researching her stuff. She's finished reading the other book, if you're good with that, Ryan.
Okay.
And she'll start researching time spell stuff.
Okay.
Gaelen will say to Lignyck as a passing remark at one point while walking past, Kin Lignyck, whenever you'd like to get started on your tattoo of the bone dragon, just let me know.
Why would I want a tattoo?
You were murdered by one, and then you rose and killed it. Don't be silly. And then he'll walk off.
Anything else from anyone?
Oh, one other thing. I'll talk to Seraphina about it, about the bone dragon, and get her impressions on, the fact that a smaller one than the one that took out Steamton was following us, and if she has any thoughts on it.
Given what she knows, no, she's not sure. Like, it's strange that the dragon was just kind of tailing the ship, and then all of a sudden came out of nowhere and attacked. She doesn't really understand what that was all about.
Cool, thank you.
And I'll just check in with the knight that they were all okay and that nobody was in need of any healing.
Yeah, they didn't even get a chance to get up to the battle before it was over, so everybody's fine.
Actually, and I just thought of something. Skippy, you said this thing talked to you in your head.
Yeah, it talked to me in my head. I've never had that happen before.
So this was the first time anything talked to you in your head?
I think so.
Do you know how it did it?
Magic?
But why you?
'Cause he thought I had the book.
But why would he know that you had the book?
He said that he could hear us.
We should fix that.
He may have been told to search for a halfling.
Well, except for Skippy just said he could hear us. So he probably attacked because he heard us discussing what Skippy should respond.
Well, if he can speak in Skippy's mind, he might have been able to also hear Skippy's mind.
Right. Let's see if we can resolve that, because that seems like a big concern.
Easy enough, Kin Skippy. Don't think about anything.
Yeah, okay.
Don't think about pink elephants.
I think maybe we should look at some other things. Can we see if we can find out if Skippy is under any magical influence? It might take a day or two, but Grun, do you have anything along those lines? I'll see if I can come up with anything. I'm not sure if I have anything, but we should maybe see.
Yeah, in the morning. I can have something prepared in the morning.
That is most interesting, King Grun. When you said don't think about pink elephants, all I could think about was pink elephants.
It's strange how the mind works.
I'd like to cast a spell on you, Skippy, just to see if you are carrying something or there's something, if you've had a spell cast on you. So would you sit with me for 10 minutes or so? It won't hurt.
Oh, okay.
So I'll cast Detect Magic on Skippy and look him over as well as all of his belongings.
You don't detect anything that would determine it was speaking with his mind, but you would see all of his magical belongings that he's wearing.
But nothing unexpected.
Is the book magical?
Yes.
I don't know if you ever...
So the book and the crossbow, I think, is...
And the tattoo.
Right.
And the book that's the same book that I just spent reading, right?
Yeah, it was the book with the dwarven runes that only you can read.
Okay, and that book is magical?
Yeah.
And can I tell what magic it is? Is it just to maintain it so that it is not destroyed?
Yes. It's like abjuration, I think.
Right.
Kin Skippy,
Okay.
you said at first it asked you if you had the book, correct?
Yes, it did ask me.
So it didn't know until that point. So it must have pulled that information from your mind.
And then it said that I've said so much. And then it said I could hear you.
Did it use Grun's trick of, don't think about the book against you?
Well, here's my other question too. It's a dragon. Even if it's dead, it's still a dragon. It may have been flying way behind us, but does it have powerful enough senses or magic to have been spying on us? I mean, there are magics that allow you to see places you can't. I can do limited versions of that. So if it's powerful enough.
Is it possible, Kin Faewyn, that similarly to how you can see through Seraphina's eyes and cast spells through Seraphina, similarly to the way Ken Fredwin did with Ken Fizzle. Could this thing have served as some sort of a familiar to Gem Lucius?
Yes, but it still couldn't have likely heard from 125 feet away. 1 sec, I'm just thinking for a sec.
What about other divination spells to spy? I mean,
That's what I'm wondering. There are spells that let you spy on people.
yeah, I mean, I'm capable of some low-level ones, and I imagine a dragon's capable of some more powerful ones, let alone Lucius himself, what he'd be capable of. I mean, he did say, "I see you," so what's to stop him from hearing us? Especially if he knows we have the book and can attune to it in some way.
And there's spells, like I can learn a spell called clairvoyance that would let me see or hear things from a spot that I can see within range. So he could have been spying on you. Can I actually, Ryan, use my detect magic and scan the entire top deck?
Yes.
And I will take the time if I need to. Do I see anything unexpected there?
Nope.
And however much of that she's doing, Gaelen will stay beside her while if she's poking around at stuff.
Doesn't hurt to check the main deck if you're doing that as well.
Yep, I'll follow and do the main deck after that.
Yeah. You don't see anything unexpected?
Skippy will just kind of sit by the mast and sink down to his butt and sit there, looking tired.
Since she's doing that, and I imagine every 10 minutes you're gonna ritual cast detect magic, so it's gonna be a while.
Yep.
How long do you think, in Grun, it will take until you're powerful enough to fix what is wrong with Skippy?
Oh, it'll be quite some time. Out of character, that's like 5th level, I think you get regenerate. So I got quite a ways to go before I'm gonna get any of my 5th level spells.
Maybe we can find somebody in this town that you own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or you can hire somebody with your vast wealth that you must have now, Mr. Landlord.
Yes, King Grun, rub it in. Thank you.
Oh, of course, sir.
I will kick you.
I expect you. I would like to sit down while Faewyn is doing this, and I'd like to attempt to commune with Dowreth and ask if he knows how many of these dragons does he think Lucius would be able to keep under his control at a time.
You don't receive any answer.
Not surprising. All right, I will.
Should have killed that avatar like he asked.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I will go and I'll just help out with any just kind of repairs around the ship as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the rest of anything Gaelen would be doing. It's just staying with Faewyn while if she's investigating things, because he doesn't want her to be alone if she uncovers something, and then just some meditation on the front of the boat.
Okay. Yeah. Faewyn doesn't find anything untoward or unexpected.
Okay, she is going to touch base with Grun and see, because she did notice him sitting meditatively, and wonders if maybe his god would be able to help figure out how this thing watched Skippy or watched through Skippy.
Yes, I was just asking about those Dragoliches, but I received no response. I can attempt to commune with them again in the morning when I obtain my spells and see what may happen.
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do today?
Skippy wants to go to bed.
Yes, you guys get a long rest in at the end of the day, and it's quite restful. The rocking of the ship, it's the steady wind blowing the ship along, and in the morning, you guys find that you have arrived at Sasora.
Wow, we made good time.
Before we do anything in the morning, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Skippy, just in case.
Okay.
When we're pulling in, I'll say to the captain, welcome to my town, Gem Captain. Make yourself at home.
Your town?
That's what they tell me.
Last I heard, this was Duke Amrorm's town. You are clearly not the Duke.
Coming to his rescue, Grun will kind of walk up behind. It's like, but he has been declared the new lord of the town. We do have the rich. We're here to settle the accounts.
I see. Well, then welcome home. I had no idea that the ruler of Sisora was on board the ship with us.
I barely knew myself.
And the ship sails sails into the docks, and they get it tied down and start unloading the cargo.
Skippy, before he comes up onto deck, will disguise himself as an elf, like a typical Velshonie elf girl, but younger, so short.
Okay.
And of course, Jinxie won't look any different, but he'll come up stairs with that disguise on.
Sounds good.
I am summoning me a Krabby to ride around on.
Speedy Krabby.
When Grun sees Skippy, he says, "Oh, and are you going to be calling Gaelen your dad?"
Maybe, if I have to.
On second thought, don't speak.
Yeah, Gaelen will actually say to him in Elven, "I see one hole in your plan."
What?
In Common, "I see one hole in your plan."
Oh, shoot.
Faewyn goes,
And Lignyck will say in Elven, "Pretty big hole, yeah."
Well, does my throat still look like it's ripped out?
No, the disguise covers up any
Okay.
any looks that you would normally have.
I guess I'm mute then.
Thank Coralon.
The attack frightened you so deeply that you haven't spoken since.
Sure.
I'm going to check in with my mother quickly to see if she is going to stay in the service of someone.
Okay. Well, the princess is getting off the ship here, and your mother, the princess has asked that your mother stay with her to keep her company. She doesn't have anybody else from Velshonie other than her 2 guards. She wasn't able to take any of her handlers or anything, so she's just happy to have some company.
I would thank you to keep her safe. She will serve you. So can I speak to the princess?
Yes?
Anything I can do to help. I'm apparently the Lord of Cicero now, and so anything I can do. If you could provide us with any answers to what is going on, that would be appreciated.
She asks that you meet her below decks because she doesn't want to speak about this in public.
Perfect. Everyone, please.
So you guys head back down to her room, and she closes and locks the door. And she says, "You are Gaelen Elmthorn, are you not?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your mother is an extraordinary woman, and I will do my best to keep her safe, as you say."
As was yours, and you have my sympathy.
Thank you. I had expected that she would not live much longer, but her death, as it was still a shock.
Do we know who is responsible?
I can only guess, but I do not know for certain. All I know is that when I received news of her death from your father, he rushed me out of the castle and to the docks to help spirit me out of Velshonie safely so that the royal line might survive.
What has happened to your sister?
I don't know. I think she's supposed to meet me here in Sisora at some point, but we were separated. Your father felt it best to keep us apart in case something happened to one of us.
Well, I've never thought very highly of him, but he isn't an idiot, so it's probably for the best.
If it weren't for your father, I might be dead now.
you and your sister were together when he spirited you guys away?
You guys aren't in the room right now.
I wasn't sure if all of us were down or not.
No, she's just speaking with Gaelen.
Oh, I thought I gathered everyone.
That's what I thought, but
Oh no, she only wanted to speak to you alone as a fellow elf.
Is there anything I can do to help you during your stay here?
Just don't draw a lot of attention to the fact that I'm here. I want to keep a low profile if I can. I only have my 2 guards, and I'd just like to stay unknown as long as possible.
I have absolutely no experience with Cesareth. I'm sure it has an underground. One of my friends might be able to help in that regard.
The fewer people that I have to trust, the better. If you can find me somewhere to stay, then that would be ideal.
That will be our first point of order. We have More news unrelated to what is going on with the elves. But we need to send messages to the far north to the people that are in power there, and we don't know anyone that's in power there. Can you help?
My role has always been in Velshonie and with our people. I have dealt with the gnomes of Steamton and the people of Corthun when they have sent emissaries and people from the Empire of the Sun. But I don't know any far distant lands to the north.
We're going to be contacting one place called Nordgard. Is that the most major place in the north?
I don't know. I have heard of a place called Nord, but it is a vast land. I don't know what's actually there.
My gut says anarchy.
Well, if it's anything like our lands, then yes, I suppose that makes sense.
All right. Yes, we will find a place for you to hold up, and get back to you immediately.
Thank you. I will stay aboard the ship until I hear from you.
I'm sure the captain won't leave with you.
No, the captain will set anchor and stay here as long as I need him to.
I probably have many more questions, but I can't think of any, so I will leave you.
Very well. If you think of any more questions for me later, I'll be happy to help you any way I can.
Stay safe, Gem Majesty.
And you, son of Carmen.
Okay, I'll go and rejoin the group.
Okay.
Everyone, our first point of order is to find a place that is quiet, that we might put a guest.
Like on the boat?
No, in Sessera. I thought maybe, Skippy, you might be able to gather information like that faster than the rest of us could.
Not looking like this, I can't.
Well, why not?
Gaelen, look at me. I look like a little girl.
You're a cute little girl.
So you could, I don't know if you could, the more secretive people still looking like that? I mean, you do fit in better.
Or play with the children. Sometimes kids know lots of stuff.
But I'm betting the children will expect him to speak.
Good point.
Oh, friggin'.
If we look for some temples around town, if we're lucky enough, and there's possibly one of Kelembor, we might be able to find a place to stay there and some information.
All right, Skippy, I think that might be the first piece of information we could use.
All right. Look after Jinxie, because I should go alone.
Okay.
The first question I ask is, where is the market?
The market is fairly centrally located in town, south of the main hall.
All right. That'll be the easiest place to find people of the sort that we're looking for, so I will go there first.
People that are happy to stay quiet.
Okay. You head to the market, and you can see that
I will do so in a way that's kind of stealthy, but covering my tracks and making sure nobody's following, that sort of thing.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Okay. You are sneaking through Sessora.
When I get to the market, the first thing I'll do is appraise the people that I see there and look for the street urchin type. See if there's anything of that sort.
Okay. Give me insight checks.
14?
Yeah, you do see a couple of children who appear to be peddling wares, trying to pawn off some junk for a little bit of money.
I'll run up to them and in thieves' cant, I'll give them a greeting, basically, like, hey, how's it going?
One of them, well, they both look at each other and then look at you, and the little girl says, I don't recognize you. You new to town?
Yeah, I just got off a boat. Just came from Velshonie.
Oh, well, welcome. My name's Adriel. Who are you?
People call me Andrea.
Well met, Andrea. So what are you doing in town?
Kind of running away from Velshonie. Spent the last of my money on the fare to here, and I'm looking for a safe place to lie low, if you know what I mean.
I see. Well, I could introduce you to Mithri. She's kind of in charge around here.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And she nods to the little boy who's continuing to sit out in the streets in the market before leading you off a short distance away to a rather unremarkable-looking building. But you do see few people kind of milling about, and Adriel nods to them, and they nod back before she enters the building. And she takes you upstairs to where there is a scarred elven woman sitting at a table discussing in hushed tones something that you can't make out with a couple of other elves. And when Adriel brings you in, the conversation stops, and Mithri looks at you with piercing eyes and says, "Yes? Who are you and what do you want?"
I'm Andrea, and I'm new to the city. I have friends that were trying to escape Velshonie. There's unrest there. The undead have swarmed the city walls.
"I've heard. News travels fast in these parts. So, you're looking for a safe haven. It'll cost you."
It's not just for me. I have others that need safety as well.
"That's fine. The cost will increase. How many are there?"
In her entourage there was 3, right?
"Yes."
And then his mom's that'll be 4. Yeah, I think it's 4.
4 shouldn't be a problem. Let's call it 200 gold, and I'll find them a nice, safe spot.
Where should we meet?
Well, we could meet on the east side of the market.
Okay, I can be there in an hour.
Excellent. Adriel will meet you there.
I don't have to say that this has to remain quiet.
You bring 200 gold, and no one will hear anything.
If this all goes well, we might be able to give you a bonus if it all works out well.
We'll see.
Thank you. And I'll turn to Adriel. I'll see you in an hour.
Oh, okay.
And I'll leave and work my way back in a different sort of way, again, making sure nobody's following me and that sort of thing.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you make it back to the docks.
I go right into their cabin, find Gaelen and them. So, I found a spot with some people. They seem fairly straight. It's gonna cost 200 gold pieces for the 2 guards, the princess and your mother.
That is a great deal of money. Good job, if it is a secure and secret place.
I told her that there might be a bonus if everything goes well.
Well, shall we go and inform them then? Do you have an address?
Yes, we're to take him to the east side of the market in an hour. Well, more like 45 minutes now.
You do enjoy short time frames, Skippy.
No, this is quite convenient. Find them secure, secret safety as quickly as possible, and it's less chance anyone will notice, or let's go and tell the guests.
Okay.
Does everyone want to come?
Yes, please.
I walk out the door and up to the knight.
Okay.
Hey, we have a place for you to stay.
Kin Skippy, that knight has never seen you before.
Oh, what?
Well, he doesn't realize that he has seen you before.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm the halfling guy.
I see.
Yes, she's the halfling guy.
A convincing disguise.
But we found a place where you can be safe.
Excellent.
But we have to get going right now because we have to meet them in a few minutes.
Very well. And he turns and knocks on the door. It opens, and the princess and the other knight exit the room along with Galen's mother.
Give the princess a quick bow.
Do you have 200 gold?
I escaped with hardly anything. No, I have no money.
Hold on.
Okay,
We do.
we can help you.
Lignyck will actually walk up and he'll rummage around in his robe for a moment, and he will pull off a patch. And he will hand over a small chest.
She accepts the chest and opens it up.
And it has 500.
Her eyes go wide, and she says, This is certainly more than I need for the request."
Seems to me prices change. Sometimes it's better to be prepared.
"Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that."
Wow, Kin Lignyck, we will have to keep you in that robe close by.
Okay, maybe you should start packing. We gotta go.
"I have nothing to pack. I'm ready."
Okay, Do you have a cloak or something to cover yourself with?
Yes.
We're gonna try to make our way through the city quietly.
And perhaps some robes for your guards. The royal insignias are not subtle.
We all escaped Velshonie with cloaks to hide our identities. This is not a problem.
Let's go then. And Skippy starts going up to the deck.
Okay. So you guys make your way through to the eastern part of the market, as agreed upon. As you arrive, make perception checks, please.
Is a passive perception of 19 useful?
Yeah. Yeah, so the people who are waiting for you aren't particularly stealthy, so you all see as a handful of knights come staggering out of the alleyways and surround your group, drawing steel.
Well, so much for that.
What is this all about?
One of the knights comes forward and says, "Our knight commander Anibos, and my informant Mithri told me that there are some vagabonds attempting to steal their way into the city, and with all the trouble we've been having with undead trying to get in here, I figured we should come and make sure that you're not monsters that we need to kill."
I'm not undead. Do we look dead? Faewyn is totally indignant, by the way.
Some of them you can't really tell. Tricky, rotten little undead monsters. Most of them we just ride out to run down out the gates. But you've had a few sneaky ones get into town.
Skippy will walk over to Gaelen and hold Galen's hand and say, in common, "Daddy, don't they work for you now?"
We'll stare at him, slightly cross-eyed for a moment. Oh yeah. Yes. Very good. That was very prudent of you, gentlemen. But now you've upset a gnome, and that is a mistake.
I'll tell you it's a mistake, mister.
Who is in charge?
I'm in charge around here.
Oh, no, you're second in command, actually. But I would like you to have a look at this, and I'll pull up the writ.
And I'm not dead.
He takes the writ and unrolls it and looks at it with bleary eyes and says, "What's this all about?"
I assume you can read?
Usually, yeah. I have a little trouble right now, though.
Oh, well, we will do some more of that later. Yeah, that just says that I'm the Lord of Sasora now.
I hope you do better than old Duke Amrarm. He didn't do so well with, the whole constantly under attack thing. It takes a certain type of person to be able to deal with the constant threat of death.
Why are you under a constant threat of death?
Like I just said, there's undead all over the place, and they keep coming at Sasora, and we never really have a whole lot of time to sleep. And, being an elf yourself, we don't tend to need a lot of sleep, but they don't even give us a good 4 hours usually. So, you gotta find other ways to cope.
How long have they been attacking?
What day is it? I don't know, a few weeks, probably.
Okay, you do recognize we're alive, right?
I mean, you say you are. I didn't think to bring a cleric along to make sure.
How about this? And I'll lift up my holy symbol and I'll cast Turn Undead.
If anything starts moving, let us know.
Nope, nothing reacts to the spell. They all just kind of stare at you like, what the hell was that?
That was me destroying any undead that were nearby. So, effectively, I was committing suicide if we were undead.
All right. You seem like a decent sort of half-orc. Fine. So, what's your name, Lord of Sasora?
My name is Gaelen. You should disperse your guards immediately. We are trying to not draw attention to ourselves, as your very studious night guard had previously determined.
All right. Off you go, blokes. Go to the gate. I'm about due for another attack anyway. And you watch as the other knights salute the Knight Commander and head off.
Faewyn's still glaring.
He is oblivious to your glares.
That's fine. Won't stop her.
Skippy is still holding Galen's hand.
Galen, I think you've just inherited a lot of trouble.
Well, that's fine, actually. I wouldn't want the place if it was just a place. But a place that might need us is better.
Well, I can take you either to the main hall, or you could go to your manor. I guess it's yours now anyway, since Amrorm's not using it anymore. Am I right?
I don't know. Are you right?
I'm right.
We still need that quiet, secretive place as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, Mithri mentioned that. Well, you could go up to your manor then. No quieter building in the whole town.
Galen will look over towards the princess's head guard.
That might be a better idea. Fewer people would know about it and be involved.
Yep, her guard nods. That's acceptable.
Excellent. If you could lead the way.
All right, come with me. And he leads you up a couple of blocks and brings you to a gated area with vast grounds around a large manor building. The grounds themselves appear to be rather unkempt, like they haven't had anybody taking care of them for at least a couple of weeks. And he opens up the gates and walks you to the house and through the front door, which is unlocked. And inside you see the place has been mostly gutted. There's no furniture inside or anything. Signs of maybe some squatters staying overnight type of thing.
This will do. We will, yes, this will do. Thank you, Gem.
I'm Knight Commander Enabos.
Thank you, Gem Knight Commander Enabos. We'll be in touch.
My pleasure, Lord Gaelen.
And we'll wait for him to leave.
Faewyn will flounce by him and say, "Alive," and then keep moving.
For now, he says back
Oh, she glares at him.
as he stumbles out of the manor.
When he finally leaves the room, Skippy will let go of Galen's hand and go, "Whew! I didn't think I could keep that up for much longer."
Grun just dies laughing at the sheer discomfort Galen was experiencing for that whole time Skippy was being his daughter.
What an unperceptive man, Gaelen. You will have to replace him. If he can't even tell what's alive and what's dead, no wonder this town is suffering from serious attacks.
I agree. I'll also make note that don't annoy a gnome.